Sharjah under lights, a fresh white ball. Open the UAE T20I Tri-Series. Pakistan versus Afghanistan. It's never just a game, it's a statement. And tonight, Pakistan made theirs with bat, ball and calm under pressure, sealing a 39-run win to start the series on top. Pakistan won the toss and chose to bat, and that decision shaped everything that followed. On this surface, par usually sits around the mid-150s. Pakistan aimed higher, and they got there, finishing 182 for 7, a total that looked ambitious at halfway and proved match-defining by the end. The player of the match was Agha Salman, captain for this series, whose unbeaten 53 off 36 became the glue, the accelerant, and the tone setter all at once. Let's rewind to the start. Pakistan's front-end intent was obvious. Sahibzada Farhan gave the innings that early. Joe, 21 off, just 10, swinging momentum in the power play and forcing Afghanistan to rethink lengths immediately. Saeem Ayub and Fakhar Zaman weren't reckless. They were respectful of spin, using the field and turning strike over while the ball was still holding a touch. That mini platform mattered because Afghanistan's spinners, Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, and Mohammad Nabi, reliably squeezed the middle and punished greedy batting. Pakistan didn't panic. They absorbed it. The heart of the innings was Agha Salman. Watch how he played. He didn't overcommit on the front foot, waited for pace-off and picked his matchups. 3 4s, 3 6s, strike rate in the mid-140s. It wasn't a slog. It was selection. Every big swing came from a strong base, especially against the change-ups. Around him, the cameos stacked up. Mohammad Nawaz's 21 off 11 was the over Pakistan needed to vault beyond par. Muhammad Harris chipped in with 15 off 13, and Fahim Ashraf's late burst, 14 off 5. Run out last ball, added the punctuation mark. By the time the 20th over closed, 182 felt like more than a score. It felt like control. Credit Afghanistan's bowlers for the fight in the middle. Rashid Khan went 4 overs for 26 with a wicket. Mujib was even tighter at 1 for 22, and Nabi's 3 overs for 18 kept the radar steady. But pace at the death leaked runs. Farid Ahmad's 2 for 47 told the story of risk and reward, and Azmatullah's 2 overs went at 14s, the exact window where Pakistan pried the game open. The lesson was clear. On this kind of Sharjah surface, if you miss by an inch at the back end, you pay by a mile. Chasing 183, Afghanistan needed 2 things: a clean power play and a stable middle. They got the first part in patches. Rahmanullah Gurbaz was busy, clearing the infield and keeping the asking rate realistic, while Sadiqullah Atal's 23 off 19 gave the chase a second gear. But Pakistan made sure there was always a question to answer. Shaheen Shah Afridi knocked over Ibrahim Zadran inside the power play, a classic left armer, as dismissal. And from there, Pakistan kept asking,
"Can you play risk-free cricket? Against our pace and our left arm spin at 9 and over?" The game's hinge sat right in the middle overs. Pakistan introduced Mohammad Nawaz and Sufyan Muqeem to suffocate the lanes. Nawaz's 4 overs for 23 and 2 wickets were gold standard control. Muqeem's 2 for 25 was all about hitting into the pitch and trusting the square boundaries. That squeeze set the trap for Haris Rauf to spring. Rauf arrived hot, and in one ruthless burst he delivered a double-wicket maiden, the classic momentum breaker, and Afghanistan's chase tilted from on track to chasing shadows. Even then, Rashid Khan, as he so often does, flung the bat and found the middle. His 39 off 16, with 5 sixes, wasn't just entertainment. It kept Afghanistan's net run rate from taking a bigger dent and briefly put nerves in the Pakistan camp. But Pakistan held their shape. Shaheen closed with precision at the death. Rauf returned to finish with 4 wickets, and the last wicket fell with 2 balls left. Afghanistan all out for 143, Pakistan by 39. Emphatic on the card, earned on the field. Let's talk about the blueprint that worked for Pakistan. First, batting depth. When your number 8 is Fahim Ashraf, and he's striking at 280 in the last over. You're playing with house money. It gave Afghanistan the freedom to bat above par. His own phrase targeting a 180-ish score on what he read as a 150-160 surface. That clarity showed in their tempo, early intent, middle consolidation versus spin, then a targeted surge at the end. It's not complicated, but it's disciplined. And in T20I cricket, discipline often beats dramatic. Second, bowling rolls were nailed. Shaheen Afridi front-loaded the power play with that wicket and was miserly at the close. Nawaz took the tough overs in the middle, the ones captains hate, and still kept the rate under 6. Mukim offered a third distinct look, and Rauf, he was the strike weapon, used in short, shock spells. The double wicket maiden was the one Afghanistan never quite recovered from, because it attacked both the scoreboard and the psyche, two new batters, an asking rate creeping up, and a field set to choke the single. That's smart, modern T20 bowling. For Afghanistan, there's both frustration and encouragement to take away. The frustration is obvious. 3 wickets fell in the space of just a few deliveries around the 12th over mark, and from 93 for 3 the chase became 97 for 7 in a blink. That mid-innings collapse took the air out of the pursuit and forced Rashid to go for broke later than ideal. The encouragement is that their best phases are still formidable. Gurbaz at the top looked fluent. Seti Kullah's intent was right, and Rashid's late-over hitting remains a serious weapon. Fix the 11-15 over stability, and this lineup can chase 180. A quick word on the surface and conditions. Sharjah wasn't a minefield, but it was sticky enough that pace-off held, and the bowlers who used cutters and used them into the pitch were hardest to get away. That explains why Pakistan's plan to bat above par made sense. They expected the ball to grip. They expected Afghanistan's spinners to be frugal, and they knew the death could still be profitable if they earned the platform. That's exactly how it played out. Individual shout-outs. Aga Salman's 50 wasn't just numbers. It was captaincy by example, reading conditions, choosing matchups, and finishing the innings. Sahibzada Farhan's power play cameo is the kind of 10 ball, not that rarely trends but often decides the rate you're defending later. Nawaz's double act quick, 21 and then 2 for 23, was quietly match-defining, and Haris Rauf's 4 for 31, including that double wicket maiden, was the sledgehammer blow. On the Afghan side, Gurbaz's 38 off 27 was the correct template for the chase, and Rashid Khan's 39 off 16 was a reminder that he isn't just the world's most watchable leg spinner. He can be a game tilter with the bat too. Zooming out to the series picture, this win put Pakistan 2 points on the board, and they doubled down a day later by beating Way as well, which means they've started the Tri-Series 2-0 and topped the table, heading into the next round of fixtures. For a team experimenting with combinations and leadership, that's exactly the launch you want before a crowded calendar. Tactically, what would I tweak if I were Afghanistan's think tank? First, lock in a no-panic plan for overs, 10-15, even if boundaries dry up. 28-32 runs across that phase singles. Hard twos, low-risk options keep the asking rate from ballooning. Tonight, a single maiden with 2 wickets flipped the entire equation. Second, reconsider the seam overs at the death. If the surface grips, your most consistent pace-off, specialists or even a spinner with big square boundaries might be safer than a hit-and-miss fourth-seamer. And third, give clarity to the middle-order roles. Who is the float? Who is the spin basher? And who guarantees you a 130 strike rate even without boundaries? Once those are defined, collapses become dips, not disasters. From Pakistan's point of view, the template for success is refreshingly simple. Batters 1-4 set the tone without losing their heads to spin. Number 5 and 6 cash in on anything loose and run hard into the pockets. Number 7 and 8 provide finishing turbulence. With the ball, let Shaheen take the new ball and the penultimate over. Hand Nawaz and Mukim the squeeze. And unleash raw first innings, not long spells to maximize impact. Rinse. Repeat. That's a title-winning rhythm in T20 years, especially on surfaces like Sharjah. There's also a mentality piece. Pakistan looked calm. No rush shots against Rashid. No panic when the boundary dried up. No over-celebration after a breakthrough, just process. And when pressure arrived, as it always does in Afghan fixtures, they channeled it into skill. A cutter here, a Yorker there, a boundary saved on the rope, a run out nailed at the death. That composure is what turns good days into winning streaks. So where does this leave us? Pakistan got exactly what they wanted from their opener. Runs from their captain, evidence of batting depth, and wickets from their strike quick. Afghanistan leave with problems to solve, but the firepower to solve them and, crucially, the knowledge that if they hold their nerve through that middle phase, this rivalry looks very different. As this tri-series unfolds, these two are likely to meet again. If they do, circle those overs, 11 to 15. Whoever owns that window will probably own the game. And that's the review from Sharjah. Pakistan 182 for 7. Afghanistan 143 all out. Pakistan win by 39. Big match temperament from the men in green. Flashes of brilliance from Afghanistan. And a tri-series that already feels spicy. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a comment on what tactical change you'd make for the rematch. Until next time.